So I haven't done a video in a while. It is mostly because every time I get home in the afternoons recently, it goes a little something like this. Procrastination. Oh, I'll just be sitting there and be like, I should probably make a video, and then my mind but I'm here now, and that's what counts. So I've decided to do another vlog of sorts, because that seemed to be what got the most views, so I decided to do another one about my childhood, and just tell you guys a story. Because stories are great. I mean, who doesn't love stories, right? So basically this story, is about when I was living near this sort of farm type place. I lived in a lot of places when I was a kid, but this place in particular me and my siblings really liked because we could go into this sort of it was like a forest. I don't know what the trees were, but they had these massive roots that would like come down from the tree, and they were like shoulder height or waist height, but we were little kids, so it wasn't that much. Some of the other ones were smaller, and they were kind of went up to our knees. They're gonna play a pretty big part in this story, I tell you. Ooh. It had just been raining really heavily, and me and my three brothers decided that we would go into the forest to just play. Just play in the soggy, wet, post-rain era. It's not a no. Well, what ended up happening is while we were gallivanting through this doom wasteland marsh that used to be dry ground, we stumbled across these tree roots that had filled up with mud. It was like the consistency of just go back to your child self and just look at it from the perspective of your child. It was like the most appealing mud. There was no way that we weren't going to go in there. What ended up happening is we all, fully clothed, climbed up and went into the gap, this little circle that the tree roots had created that was filled with mud. It was like up to here. We just indulged in this mud bath. Now the thing about this mud bath was about an hour, a full hour into just gallivanting around in this mud, we realized, hey, yeah, this is next to a cow paddock. Yeah, the cows get in here. This doesn't smell like mud. It wasn't nearly all mud. The cows were pretty big, and they were probably sheltering underneath the tree from the rain, and all standing around the tree roots and the backs against the tree roots. Basically, we took a mud bath in cow excrements. Now, when we realized what it was, oh, did we just get out of there right away. I've never moved that fast in my entire existence. I'd been sinking in. I was like, up to here was muddy everywhere. Now, two things happened when we went to that forest. That was the first thing. The second thing was, after leaving there and starting the walk back home, guess who stood on an anthill? I did. I did that. But it wasn't enough just to stand on any anthill. Oh no! It was the type of anthill, I think bull anthill? Yeah. These guys, when they bite you, they leave very welts that can sometimes be like up to this big. By standing on and killing some of them, it leaves a scent on you that the other ants then track to avenge their killed comrades. These ants were like this big. I was running just because there were these ants following after me. I was freaking out about being covered in cow shit, and then I had to run for a bit just to lose these freaking deadly avenging ants. When I got home, I just sort of stood outside the house for a bit waiting for my brothers to get back, and then we were all sort of crowded around each other, just the front. We couldn't actually get into the house to go get a change of clothes or anything. We just sort of anticipated quietly the doom that was about to follow when our father found out that we were completely covered in cow shit. We started hosing ourselves off. And it was all going fine until Dad walks out, and his reaction is just, what the heck? He freaked out. And we got into a lot of trouble. But yeah. So I think the lesson that we can learn from this is, don't sit in massive vats of cow shit.